Hi and welcome to this Libra inspired reading for August 2025. You can use this reading anytime you are drawn to it. It doesn't have to be necessarily for August. I am working with the symbolism of the tarot cards and the symbolism of Western astrology to uncover layers of consciousness, maybe to assist in finding a new perspective. I am not telling you your future. You are, of course, the master of your future, of your life. We are merely reflecting with the help of the cards and with the help of the symbolism of Western astrology. So let's see what wants to come out at this time. I am very curious already. The Two of Cups in the reverse. All right, we might be reflecting on our relationships, on our closer relationships, on the environment with other people, and where we really want to put in our emotional energy. Maybe we are feeling like it's a little bit difficult to find the right connection with people, or to find connection on a deeper level, and maybe we are also reminiscing about what it means to find a connection on a deeper level that is open-hearted, that is really also proactive, and where we feel like it's in balance. When we have the Two of Cups upright, then it's an easy flow, it's an easy vibe. So maybe we are feeling like we have a hard time vibing with people, or we are not finding the right people to vibe with, or the stream is somehow disconnected, the stream between two people. When we have a Two of Cups, it is a card of love that really also represents a deeper emotional connection between two people. It doesn't have to be romantic, although of course it can be, but this is a question of how we want to share our emotional life on a deeper level with another person, really, or not necessarily a person. It could also be a project, a hobby, a life purpose. Where do we really find that deeper level connection and that passion, and where do we feel somewhat displaced or misplaced, I want to say, when it comes to finding these similarities and this openness in other people or in something that is in front of us. So interesting. Okay. We do have retrograde energy going on right now in Leo, especially. We do have the Sun that moved into Cancer, so that is also a lot about caring and nurturing. I'm sorry, the Sun moved from Cancer into Leo, and we had a moon in Leo just going on. So yeah, but for me, for some reason, it's coming through very strongly that we're really dealing with situations from the past, and we want to see some situations from the past more clearly, because also this card fell like right in the past. Oh, the Page of Wands. Well, I mean, that's not a bad card necessarily, because with the Page of Wands here falling into this very far past position, we might have really stepped into a more adventurous, more open and more driven forward self, and a more curious self, and we might have also tried out a couple of new things. So maybe we are now at a point where we're really reassessing those connections, these new connections, and maybe we didn't even look for anything that goes so much deeper. Maybe we were just looking for more fun, or for trying out new things, or for experimenting a little bit, for something a little more risky, even though the Page of Wands doesn't necessarily take like really big risks. He is more like trying out things and making things light, and trying to just keep it moving and to figure out what he actually wants by actually doing the things. So he is a student. He's learning how to use his will. He's learning how to use his passions, and therefore he might not even be so concerned about deeper connections or about a deep emotional bond. He might be more concerned about experiences and about the fun stuff, you know. So this is also maybe a reflection on what we actually want in connections, and how do we get there, because the Page of Wands here is looking at this picture and at this wand in front of himself, and he's like, well, what do I actually expect or look for. Do I want this? Do I not want this? And he's looking at this from a distance. Maybe we even knew that we are stepping into something that is not necessarily this deeper type of connection that we're maybe not even looking for, I want to say, but maybe that's exactly where we want to step in. Maybe that was somewhat of a learning process and a trying process. And sometimes we have to try different things to really make sure. We cannot just imagine things. I don't think we can imagine a connection to be real, even if it's not. Maybe we just need to step into it and see where it takes us, and then eventually maybe realize, okay, this is not what I expected or what I thought. 10 of Pentacles. Wow. Yeah, I think it's really also coming to a point of conclusion. Our subconscious is telling us very, very directly and very clearly what we actually want to build. And it's interesting that I said we cannot just imagine it, we want to also have results. And we might realize that we cannot really have those results with people surrounding us and closer relationships that really don't connect to this picture that we feel deeper within ourselves. And this clear vision. The 10 of Pentacles for me is often like a card of life design fulfilled. So we are like, okay, I want to build this. Maybe it's a family, you know, maybe it's just a community where we feel very valuable, and that is very valuable to us. The coins bringing value here, of course. And we might still be in the search of the right people we can live that with on a deeper level, because the 10 of Pentacles really represent the whole picture. This is where we have everything fulfilled, not just the pentacles, not just the materialization of a picture, but also the emotions are part of the picture, the will and our own identity that really fits into the picture, also the ideas and the strategies and the mental inspiration that we're getting out of this picture. So this is, the coins really combine all the other elements and all the other colors of the tarot into a materialization of a picture. So we have everything combined here, and we still, it could also be, it's interesting, it could also be a feeling that we kind of deep down have everything that we need and we ever wanted, but there's still a lack of emotional connection to people that are close, or intimate connection on an emotional level. That might be something that's missing. Oh wow, but we have the Ace of Cups. Oh, that's beautiful though. The Ace of Cups is crossing the Two of Cups here, and that's a really wonderful combination, because it really might just tell us that there is first and foremost a new way opening up for us emotionally, that we need to draw out of ourselves to be able also to find that connection. We cannot maybe go one step too far or ahead of our own self when we haven't found that deeper connection within ourselves. So maybe we want to find a new emotional inspiration within ourselves and fill our cup as well. And I think this is just like a confirmation that we are trying to change this, that we are trying to also change the way that we feel about things within ourselves without having this mirror or this other person or this other energy interacting with us and interconnecting with us emotionally. First and foremost, we want to find that point within ourselves where we can really draw that deeper emotional openness, that acceptance, that very, very flowing feeling of love going through us towards the outside. And I think this is exactly what's happening here with a new way. of emotionally experiencing things. And this could of course be when we talk about romantic love, that we're like, okay, I've tried out several things, I did not feel the connection, it's time for trying out a new thing. And it could already be presenting itself, and we might still be a little unsure about it, but because this card is coming out like this, you know, and not on the reverse, but not upright, we might still figure out, like, is this something I want to give my love towards? Because all the things, or all the people, or all the and I think it's about people. In this case, it just seems like it's very much about people. Did not really resonate with me on that deeper level, and maybe I should really go into this new sense of connecting and feeling. And also it's a realization that there's always new opportunities to connect, and if we cannot quite yet connect with something outside of ourselves, maybe we want to connect with those parts within ourselves on a deeper level and draw that love and that will to connect on an emotional level also from inside, to bring it to the outside. This is so interesting. Also, the Page of Cups is of course looking at this Ace of Cups, saying like, yes, I want to try this. This is a chance, this is an opportunity to step into a new way of connecting also with myself and therefore with other people, because I've come to an end here with a certain way of building maybe relationships, and maybe it's time to try something new, which doesn't mean that this is not a bad place to be in. It's just a sense of maybe there is some deeper meaning also that I can find, deeper fulfillment that I can walk towards. Yes, King of Pentacles. It's just confirming in the higher self that we know we're in a very established place with ourselves. We're in a very established place where we really feel very secure, where we've built something that is really of value. We've built our value maybe also. Very beautiful. And we know our worth. So we also understand out of that position of being very valuable that we do need people who see that within us and who want to share that. Because the King of Pentacles, he's the establishment. He's established a very, very comfortable, also stable and secure place for himself, and he's not just going to leave that place for, you know, people who don't want to connect with his standards. And maybe the standards are high right now because, of course, the Ten of Pentacles, King of Pentacles has very high standards. He's not just going to let anybody into his world being like, okay, let's play around, which the Page of Wands would do because of all the experience. But it seems like that's just overall attitude towards life that we've established a long time ago, to be open to experiences, to be open to adventure, to be open to fun, to be open to learning also through experience. That's all the very fun Page of Wands. And it seems like we've come a long way here into the security within ourselves, where we really realized our value on a very, very deep level. And also our higher consciousness understands, like, yes, I'm acting out of a place where I have a lot of resources. You know, it doesn't have to be necessarily money, but I know how to be stable within myself. And I will not, therefore, probably connect to things that don't vibe with me on my frequency, on my very rich frequency, I want to say, because the King of Pentacles is, of course, also the rich king. I love it. So let's see. Yeah, well, he's very comfortable here. Not just taking risks with opening up to people who are maybe not trustworthy or who are just not vibing. I don't have a better word. Three of Pentacles, and this could very well be about work and a working project as well. Yes, because now we really want to find the right people to work with. Now we really want to find the people who can take responsibility, who want to also put in the work, who want to also maybe follow our idea or are very complicit with what we want to build or how we want to create a work of togetherness. This is a collective energy, the Three of Pentacles, where we work together with other people to really build something stable, and where people also listen to us, where people understand us, where people vibe with us, where people see our value, where people see our worth. And I feel like we're stepping into this. This could be, of course, with relationships. You could even meet a partner in relationships, in work. I'm sorry, you could even meet somebody on a romantic level in your work environment that you can work very well with, because you have kind of the same, you build a profession around emotional fulfillment and meaning, and you share that, and you're finally stepping into that new role. And you might also take a lot of responsibility yourself. You might even step it up and be like, look, this is what I want to do. You will work with me, and you might be ready to find the people who really understand your vision, understand your idea, and want to really work together with you. This is very cool. A lot about worth. It could really be about money and making money with other people together. And it seems like also the King of Pentacles and the Ten of Pentacles here, they just say like, I don't have to prove anything to anybody, you know. I really don't. And if people don't see my value, well, then that's kind of their problem, you know, and not mine. And I'm not going to make it my problem anymore. I'm choosing a new way of sharing. So how do we see ourselves here? The Devil in the reverse. Oh, beautiful. Yes, we're not going to get controlled anymore by these controlling environments maybe, or people who want to keep us constrained or restrained, which is a devil card that is holding us actually back from sharing also emotional open connection. And that's what's represented here by these two lovers, who are also appearing in the Lovers card, where they are free and sharing and open to each other, and the devil is kind of constraining them, and it's like keeping them in dynamics that are just not healthy. And we feel like we might finally be able to free ourselves from those toxic, maybe toxic work environments, it could very well be toxic work environments, toxic or unhealthy or destructive patterns with people that we're kind of stuck in and that hinder our growth, and that even are hurtful. It seems like we're really stepping out of that. We could also step out of a workaholic mindset where we feel like we have to do everything ourselves. That's also the devil sometimes, where that gets too out of hand. So what is, now I'm really curious, what is the outside influences here? 2 cards, okay. We have, yeah, it seems like we're really making choices here, what we want to invite, because on a discipline level, I think we're really attracting people who are very focused and very willing to do the work and really mastering their skills, being very conscientious, being really also practical, knowing how to put the work into finishing up something, but they might not just be there yet where you are. Because we have the Page of Cups here in the reverse, and that might be a little bit of a emotional immaturity going on here, being a little closed off, and that's maybe what we are dealing with people right now. Maybe it's not so much our fault, because we've stepped into so much value here within ourselves and feel so accomplished that people might have a little bit of a hard time connecting with that energy, but they are working on it. We are attracting people who are working on it, and we can work with them, and we can of course always learn from people. And as a King of Pentacles, we know that we can always learn from situations. And also the Page of Wands here knows he can definitely definitely learn from any experience he has. So yeah, we might be attracting people also maybe in our work environment. We could be this could be very much self-employed stuff going on, where we are really in a very valuable place within ourselves right now. We know we have what it takes, but we are just trying to choose the right people to work with, and we might attract some people where we have to take the lead, but they are really working on it. They're really working on opening up. They're really working on growing on an emotional level. They're really trying to put the work in to make that change. It's very nice. So yeah, the fear here is making the wrong call, of course. The fear with the Queen of Swords is maybe not seeing things for what they are, or maybe making a wrong call, or not trusting your assessment or your analysis of a situation, and don't seeing that actually also maybe the self-image is wrong. That could very well be also the case, because she's pointing here to the King of Pentacles, and she's in the reverse, and maybe there is the fear that we make the wrong, that we have a wrong picture of ourselves, doubt or imposter or all these things. And I mean, what if there will be people surrounding us who will call us out? So I'm like, okay, I'm a Libra, so this is interesting for me, and I've been in situations lately, and of course the Libra reading is again longer, where a lot of things came towards me that wanted to chip away from my value, where people were just like, you know, criticizing me or calling stuff out, or trying to kind of subtly put you down through weird comments and stuff. And at some point you get better at that, at detecting like what is actually a projection of a person that is just threatened by your stability and your strength, or what is an actual criticism that I can work with that is helpful, you know, because of course we want to be open to criticism and to people having their opinions and sharing their opinions and giving their take on things, but if it's just for the sake of pulling you down, or because their insecurities are projecting onto you, then and this is the difficult part, probably, to just be able to define that. And there might be a fear, of course, to not be judging in a fair way, which is also the Queen of Swords. Interesting. So the key card, 8 of Wands in the reverse. Oh wow, and the Justice card, which is the Libra card. We don't have to rush things. That's what I'm seeing here, and especially when it comes to partnerships, relationships, work partnerships. There's no need to rush things with the 8 of Wands in the reverse. We should take our sweet time. We should, you know, work with the people that we have surrounding us, that are willing to work, that are willing to do what's supposed to be done. And even if they might not be emotionally as matured as you wish, this doesn't necessarily mean that this cannot be successful, you know, because when you're working with people who are disciplined and who are really wanting to put the work into something, then everybody has their you know, faults. Everybody has their parts where they have to grow, where they have to learn, where they have to develop, and we will not find the perfect AI machine person that just does everything that we want them to do, especially if you want to create something more valuable and sustainable. But when it comes to relationships and partnerships, it should be, I think now the idea to take your time and to not rush anything, and to make clear judgments, and to stay balanced in your judgment and to trust your judgment and to stay analytical and to stay also practical in a sense. And then it can be very fruitful here. This is very mature energy, very, very mature energy. And the fun thing is that it still all came out of a very open-minded and adventurous and youthful take on life, which is the Page of Wands. So I love this reading. This is really, really productive, and what I really love about it is that the devil here is in the reverse, so we are really able to free ourselves also from these situations where we feel like we're getting stuck in dynamics that are chipping away from our value, because I don't think necessarily that anybody at this point is strong enough to really take away the things you've achieved, and I think people can totally see that. But still, you know, if you don't have a connection with people, or they don't feel like they're vibing with you on your frequency or on your level, it could feel like it could still be exhausting. So yeah, taking your time, not rushing things, and making sure you make very fair and I want to say mature judgment when it comes to interpersonal relationships or work relationships. That would be the way to go right now. I love it. So yeah, thank you so much for being here, Libra, and I hope you come back next time. Please check out my description box for all the information you need, how you can support this channel. Please like, subscribe, comment, and I hope we'll talk soon. Goodbye.